Hey, Foodie Gang. Hey, what's going on, Foodie Gang? What's going on? You're tuned in to Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bank. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Today we are streaming on Facebook as well, which is why there is no sound in the video. I want to make sure that all the information on the National Foodiegang Pasta Contest, Facebook and YouTube are able to get that information. And to support the channel and keep the stove on, it is # Chef Big Bank. And if you are watching on Facebook, you can send stars to support Chef Big Bank. And follow me on all my social media platforms listed down below. Join the Facebook fan page, Chef Big Bank Foodiegang fan page, and shop the Foodiegang store. I got the hoodie on today, the certified Foodiegang hoodie. And I just want to take some time to appreciate all the members that are here early. We got It Is What It Is TV sliding through the door first. Y'all, it's a competition. Whoever going to get here first. Said 907 Goodies, how you doing? I am doing okay today. I'm sorry that I'm a little bit late. It was a pretty crazy morning for me. And then if at any point this live stream the audio does sound weird, please let me know. Type it in the chat. Do a little something. Let me know if the audio sounds weird at any point in time. And I think that's everything. Yes, to support the channel, keep the stove on. It's gonna be # Chef Big Bank on Cash App. Okay. So we are going to talk about how to make pasta sauce from scratch. We got the National Foodiegang Pasta Competition. It's underway now. The last day is going to be the 10th. So I just wanted to do this live stream so we could talk about pasta. And, y'all can kind of round up y'all entries. If you do enter into the pasta competition, and even if you don't, that's okay. We ask that you engage on the posts that are already there. Before I get started with the show, I am going to read the disclaimer. But how is everyone's day going? What have y'all eaten so far? Okay, so I have not eaten breakfast yet. I was kind of redoing my hair. And I did have 1 cup of coffee. I haven't got to breakfast yet. But I think for breakfast, I think I'm going to make a smoothie. Make sure you guys check out my smoothie live. All my episodes are going to be on my YouTube channel with the music. So, Foodie Gang, if there's ever episode you want to catch up on, it's going to be on my YouTube channel. And I just dropped pre-recorded content on Wednesday. So, y'all make sure y'all go check that out, too. So, we are going to get into the disclaimer. I'm going to read this to y'all. Welcome to 907 Good Eats Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bank. Please note that the information provided on our channel, including commentary and discussions, is for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. Comments and opinions expressed are those of the individuals and not those of 907 Good Eats. While we strive to provide accurate and up-to-date information, we cannot guarantee its completeness, reliability, or accuracy. The use of the information provided on this channel is strictly at your own risk. We do not claim ownership of any third-party content featured on our channel. All third-party content is the intellectual property of the respective owners, and we respect their rights. Viewer discretion is advised for all content. Okay, so with that being said, now that we have gotten that out of the way, Foodie Gang, we've gotten the disclaimer out of the way, I'm going to share my screen with you guys and go over some announcements, some Foodie Gang announcements. Yeah, so how's everybody doing today? What y'all eat so far? And make sure, okay, so it's really later tonight, it's early Friday. I'm going to do an interview on 907 Good Eats, and I'll also stream it on Facebook. And let me go back to my thing. Yeah, so the interview is called Let's Talk About African Grill Food with the CEO of Scentmint Global Grill. So we're going to do an interview when we're going to be traveling to Nigeria, Foodie Gang. So y'all make sure y'all tune in and y'all learn all about African food. And I'm really excited for it. And then the day after that, I'm going to be doing an interview talking about weight loss surgery. We got Trucker Yao coming through. He said, wait a minute from the beginning. Trucker Yao said, finally caught an episode. I know, Trucker, you be in these streets, but this is the first time you ever came over here. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing an interview with the CEO of Scentmint Global Grill located in Nigeria. So y'all tune in for that. And then my sister just underwent weight loss surgery. So she's going to come and talk with us about that on Saturday. So make sure y'all got the bell turned on. So when I go live, you get notified. Okay, yes, I'm going to share my screen with y'all and let y'all know about some breaking developments. Okay, I gotta hit these buttons. What's up, Trucker? What you eat today? Okay, here we go. You always gotta come back and check StreamYard because sometimes they be trying to have you looking a little bit crazy. I'm gonna move some things around. Okay, so on the Facebook group, we are at 900 members. We are on our way to 1K. So go ahead and join the group and help us get to 1K. And if you're someone that likes to cook, you want to learn new recipes, you have questions about cooking, this is a great group to join, and everyone is very pleasant. Very pleasant. Okay, so we got the National Foodie Gang Pasta Contest. If you join this group, within the group, you can access the contest. So join the pasta contest and submit a picture to the National Foodie Gang Pasta Contest photo album. Now, let me tell y'all what the winner is going to get. A free Foodie Gang t-shirt, a $20 gift card, and an interview on YouTube. Winner may opt out of the interview if they choose. Not everybody wants to be on YouTube, but some people do. And for the people that do want to be on YouTube, that is great. We can do a whole interview about it. I will ask you, how you made the pasta, what made you want to make the pasta, all that. And this competition is free to enter as well. Okay, so if you guys have not seen this episode of Hungry for trouble, the wildest food arrest. I'm telling y'all, this was a wild episode. One lady drove her car into Popeyes because they didn't give her a biscuit. And then one dude called the police on McDonald's because they gave him cold fries, but then he had a warrant out for his arrest. So y'all check that episode out. These are instructions for how to submit your entries to the pasta contest. I know a lot of people had questions, so I made this instruction, flyer. These instructions are also going to be on my community tab on my YouTube channel, my Facebook group, and my personal page. So when we talked about deadly coconuts, y'all got to tune into this episode. Okay, so apparently the coconut trees are like 6 feet, 8 feet tall. And so the worker would have to crawl up to the top of the tree and feel the coconuts and try to shake them and see if they have water in them, or not water, coconut water in them. And then depending on that, he would drop it down. But what if there's always a threat of falling or being hit by a coconut? So yeah, make sure y'all go check out this. And then, we got Keith Lee standing on business. So this goes back into what we're talking about with Quiznos. What happened was this young woman made a TikTok that went viral of her making the sandwich. Keith Lee saw it and he remade the sandwich. After that, Quiznos started seeing long lines out the door. The sandwich was in demand, and so they reached out to Keith Lee to try to make a deal with him. And he pretty much was saying, like, don't reach out to me, reach out to the girl first, and then you can reach out to me. So he pretty much told them, like, no, if you're not going to work with her first, then you can't work with me. And Keith Lee was standing on business, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all check out those live streams and any episode of season 2 that you have missed. All right. So we got that out of the way. We went over the National Foodiegang Pasta Competition. We went over some of my most recent episodes. We did our disclaimer. We did our shout outs. So yeah, y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. As always, you can support this channel and keep the stove on at # Chefbigbank. And whether you're watching me live or on the replay, go ahead and leave a comment down below. You know what makes me so mad? I'll do my hair. Every dread will be in place. And the moment I hit live, they start sticking up. They start going everywhere. It just made me so mad. Okay. So, the National Foodiegang Pasta Contest announcement. Let me tell you guys which episode that was. Season 2, episode 10. We talked about pasta, and I played a video where there was 3 chefs that went to the grocery store and they were reviewing pasta sauce. And someone from the comments said, well, people should make their own pasta sauce from scratch. And I'm like, yeah, that's great, but everyone may not know. So that's what this episode is for. It's going to teach y'all, Foodiegang, how to make pasta sauce from scratch. And I'll be honest, even though I do know how to make pasta sauce from scratch, sometimes I go to the store and I get the jar sauce. But after this video, I've realized I need to stop trying to cheat and just make my sauce from scratch, because I still do the jar sauce, but I'm trying to change. But a lot of people don't know how to make pasta sauce from scratch. So not everyone knows. So I wanted to teach y'all how to make pasta sauce from scratch in this live stream. And although I don't have a video of it personally yet, because let me tell y'all need so much help out here. I'm gonna be making videos forever. So because I don't have a personal video, these videos that I'm gonna show you guys today, I have watched them and I agree with what they were saying. And I gotta make a lot of cooking videos because y'all need a lot of help. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna click these buttons around and we're gonna see what it's gonna do. Yay, so y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right. Let's see what it's looking like. Okay, can y'all see her? Let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so she is going to show us how to make the best tomato sauce you'll ever make, restaurant quality. We got to be careful when we say the restaurant quality because sometimes the restaurants they be opening up the jars too. Well, let's go ahead and play this video and let's see what you got to say.
Hi, I'm Lish Styling. I'm a professional chef, and today I'm going to show you how to make the best tomato sauce at home. I'll be walking you through all the steps to make a delicious tomato sauce so you don't always have to grab for the jar. This is Tomato Sauce 101. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make pomodoro sauce. Pomodoro is a classic Italian sauce that really showcases the tomato. Because guess what? Pomodoro literally means tomato. There's less chopping, there's less cutting, it comes together quickly, and it still gives you a beautiful velvety sauce. Let's start off with the aromatics. We're starting out 1 red onion. Cut off our edges, halve it, and peel it. And that's ready to go. The red onion has a little bit more sweetness than a yellow onion or a white onion, so it just really brings out
So what I want to do is I do want to make videos and show you guys how to cut an onion because not everyone has knife skills. So that's a very important topic too, is knife skills. We haven't even got into that yet, but we will. And so you can see like she only has a couple of ingredients. So this is one of those things where it's not impossible to make or it's not hard to make. You just have to have the proper ingredients and, know what you're doing.
The natural sugars in the sauce. We have 1 carrot that we are simply going to peel. The nice thing is with this pomodoro is that you're not really chopping anything. If you're chopping it, you're going to be making a marinara. With pomodoro, you're leaving it whole so that you can remove the larger chunks once they've done their job. Now our garlic, but we're just going to put these cloves in smashed and peeled. So you're going to infuse the oil with all of the oils of the garlic. And then again, you can remove and discard the garlic cloves. Last but not least, the magic ingredient. Parmesan rind is adding a nutty, salty, earthy, rich flavor to it. And the cheese itself we'll use later for the pasta. So we are using a 28-ounce can of San Marzano tomatoes. I prefer using canned tomatoes because they're picked at their prime, so they're always going to be.
Even though she has Parmesan cheese that she is grating by hand, if you do buy shredded Parmesan cheese, that is perfectly fine as well. So, don't feel like, oh, you don't know how to do this or you don't have fresh Parmesan, that you can't make this. No, shredded Parmesan cheese from the store works just fine as well.
Be delicious. Let's hand crush some tomatoes. The nonnas in Italy have been doing it this way for years, so I say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is how you know if a salad is coated in dressing. This is how you know if the tomatoes are the texture you want. That's it for prep. Let's start cooking. So we have our stainless steel saucepan heating up here. We're going to just put it over medium-ish heat. A little bit of olive oil. You're looking for the oil to dance in the pan. It should move freely. That means that it's warmed up. we are just going to throw in all of our garlic cloves. I'm adding some salt to it and lightly brown it so that you're bringing out the natural sweetness. Oh, if you could smell what I smell right now. So I'm going to go ahead and add in our tomatoes. If you pour the tomatoes over the wooden spoon, it won't splatter as much. We're just going to nestle in our aromatics. Red onion there. Our carrot, which is going to add sweetness and earthiness. Parmigiano Reggiano rind, which is the secret love ingredient. Some basil, right? Some basilico. We're just going to tear it, throw it in. Extra squeeze of olive oil. The fat adds the richness and that texture that we're looking for. We're going to let this come to a simmer for about 25 to 30 minutes until all of the infusion has happened and the carrots are tender. While we let this simmer, you can get your pasta water on, take a bath. It's a good timer for a bath. That way you don't get all wrinkly. So this has been simmering for about half.
Yeah, I don't recommend that if you're cooking, you go hop in the shower or the bath. Definitely don't do that. Always set a timer to make sure that you don't burn your food and that you are aware when to come back. Always set a timer. I'm telling y'all, it'll avoid house fires. It'll avoid, it's a way to avoid burnt food. You always want to set a timer.
Half hour or so. Smells delicious. We're going to give it a taste. Oh, you get the basil, you get the sweetness. Needs more salt. The only way to know if something is properly seasoned is to taste it. You'll end up with a sink full of spoons, but the food will be perfect. Lovely. All right, so it's time to remove and discard all of our whole aromatics. The onions are nice and tender. Same thing with the carrot. I try to get out the majority of basil. If some of it gets pureed in there, I'm not mad at it. Let's talk about this parm rind, huh? All of this cheese is nice and soft and gooey. You can scrape it in there and get some of those milk solids in. Whatever is left, you eat, because parm rind is completely edible. It's like a giant cheese curd with tomato sauce. It's amazing. So if it was a marinara sauce, we would have chopped all of those aromatics much finer and we would just leave it in here. But this is a pomodoro, so it's all about the tomato. Those aromatics have done their job. And this sauce is actually ready to use right now. If you want a smoother sauce, you could pulse it a couple times with an immersion blender, which is exactly what we're going to do. The texture is a personal preference. You have full control over it. All right, I'm actually happy with it right there. And you have this very emulsified, like almost creamy looking tomato sauce. That's what we're going for. Oh, it's just perfect. It has sweetness, it has saltiness and the nuttiness from the cheese. It has herbaceousness from the basil. I mean, you don't get control like this out of a jarred sauce. Let's plate it up. Today I'm going to be making some spaghetti.
And as you guys can see, it didn't take her a long time. It was very simple to make. And that's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Pomodoro. It's almost perfectly al dente. Then it's going to finish cooking in the sauce and absorb all of that flavor. The pasta water helps thicken the sauce. It helps the sauce cling to the pasta. Oh yeah, look at that, huh? Parmigiano Reggiano. It's not spaghetti pomodoro without Parmigiano Reggiano. Do you see how beautiful this is? Perfection. I just give it a little twist in there. One more, because this girl's hungry. Turn the bowl. I love it. A little bit more olive oil. Oh, don't you just want to dive into this? It's magic. It's magic. So,
okay. So I like my spaghetti with a little bit more sauce. So I'll put a little bit more sauce on mine. Let's see what else you got to say.
Yes, we use this pomodoro with pasta today, but use it in any application that you would use a store-bought jar.
So yeah, I like a little bit of sauce on mine, or a lot of sauce. Do y'all like sauce on your spaghetti, or do you like it kind of with uh, not a lot of sauce? How do y'all feel about sauce? Okay, and then that's one way to make tomato sauce. I also have another video that's going to show you guys a different way. And you see, like, she had the canned tomato or canned stewed tomatoes. This recipe is with fresh tomatoes.
Most people think if you want a quick pasta dinner, you have to use some type of store-bought pasta sauce.
But in the time it takes to cook a bag of pasta, you can make an amazing fresh tomato sauce.
The key is using cherry tomatoes because they are preloaded with instant flavor. Get a pan on a medium heat, a good bit of olive oil, diced onions. After about 2 minutes, add some garlic and a little bit of salt and keep stirring.
That's what your base should look like. Now add your tomatoes and pop a lid on it. Once those skins start to split, just like that, go in with a masher to create your sauce. Now just let that reduce until your pasta's ready.
Add your al dente pasta. Let the noodles absorb that sauce. Finally, some parm and some parsley. And mix.
Now that's a creamy transformation.
That's a 15-minute dinner that's going to crush any store-bought sauce.
Hi, I'm Lish Styling. I'm a
Okay, so
Most people think if you want to
I'm gonna play for you guys one more time because I just figured out how to make it bigger. But as you guys can see, that was also a very simple recipe as well, and his pasta looks very good. I'm gonna play it one more time.
quick pasta dinner, you have to use some type of store-bought pasta sauce.
But in the time it takes to cook a bag of pasta, you can make an amazing fresh tomato sauce.
The key is using cherry tomatoes because they are preloaded with instant flavor. Get a pan on a medium heat, a good bit of olive oil, diced onions. After about 2 minutes, add some garlic and a little bit of salt and keep stirring.
That's what your base should look like. Now add your tomatoes and pop a lid on it. Once those skins start to split, just like that, go in with a masher to create your sauce. Now just let that reduce until your pasta's ready.
Add your al dente pasta. Let the noodles absorb that sauce. Finally, some parm and some parsley. And mix.
Now that's a creamy transformation.
Now that one looks delicious, and I'm definitely eating this. He has the right amount of sauce that I like, the right amount of, ooh, see, that looks really good. And I feel like with penne, when you use penne pasta, you have to use a lot of sauce because I feel like the pasta soaks up a good majority of the sauce. But that looks really yummy. I approve of this pasta. I would definitely eat it. He put the cheese in there. He did put a lot of parsley in there though. That's one thing I will say. Let's see if I can. See, I think that he did put quite a bit of parsley in there, but the pasta looks amazing, and I definitely would eat this pasta. Very, very yummy looking pasta. So there we have it. That is 2 different ways to make tomato sauce. The first one we saw was with the canned stewed tomatoes, and the second one was with the cherry tomatoes, the fresh tomatoes. So yeah, there you have it. There you go. Yeah, so okay, so those are 2 ways that you can make pasta sauce. Another popular sauce is gonna be Alfredo. So if you guys have ever had chicken Alfredo, it is delicious. And with Alfredo sauce, it is I normally use Parmesan cheese. And I also have a video showing you guys how to make Alfredo sauce. And I was hoping that I would be able to get my video done in time or my dish. what I want to make is Cajun pasta. And so I have chicken, beef sausage, and then I have a lot of different noodles for some reason. I don't know how I ended up with all these pasta noodles. I'm not sure what type of pasta I'm gonna use. Maybe fettuccine or if penne if I have it, but we'll see. I have some peppers, some onions. Definitely got the slap your mama Cajun seasoning. So I'm gonna do a Cajun pasta, and I was hoping y'all would get it done in time, but I didn't have time to even start it. So I'm gonna make Cajun pasta. And one good thing about this national Foodiegang pasta competition is there have been a lot of pasta that has been posted in the group, and it has made everyone cook pasta, want to eat pasta. So we have just been talking about pasta a lot, and every day I see like 3 or 4 posts where people make pasta, and I just think it's amazing that this food contest has inspired people all over the world to make pasta. And it has made me want chicken, not chicken. It has made me want Cajun pasta. And so this video on how to make Alfredo sauce was very, very helpful. I already know how to make Alfredo sauce, but for some reason, now that I'm a mom, I've been doing the canned stuff. But I'm gonna go back to make my own sauce. So I got some heavy whipping cream, I got some Parmesan cheese, and I'm gonna make my pasta dish. Hopefully today, if not today, tomorrow. Yeah, so it's great that it has inspired people, all over the world to make pasta. I see about 3 or 4 pasta posts a day.
Stop buying jarred Alfredo sauce. It is so easy to make something similar with just a few simple ingredients that taste so much better. When I make mine, I use half a cup or 1 stick of butter, a cup of heavy whipping cream, a cup of Parmesan cheese, and a little bit of minced garlic. I saute the minced garlic in the melted butter and then stir in the heavy whipping cream and the Parmesan cheese. And I keep stirring that consistently over medium heat until it's melted. I toss that with my pasta of choice, a little bit of extra Parmesan cheese and black pepper, and then I serve it with a protein and a salad. It comes together really quickly and is so delicious. Stop buying.
Okay, she went real fast on that one, so we're definitely gonna watch it again. So she said, stop buying jar Alfredo sauce. Alfredo sauce is super easy to make. Let's go ahead and watch that video one more time.
Jarred Alfredo sauce. It is so easy to make something similar with just a few simple ingredients that taste so much better. When I make mine, I use half a cup.
So as you can see, she has the heavy whipping cream, which is I just referred to, the minced garlic, which I tell y'all Foodiegang all the time to start getting minced garlic or use fresh garlic. Butter and then the Parmesan cheese, and then also black pepper. In culinary school, we used to use white pepper so that our sauce would be white. So the French, they use white pepper, but black pepper is more common. If you don't care about the little specks, use black pepper. But I just remember in culinary school, they made us use white pepper. So yeah, there you have it. Butter, cream, parm, garlic, minced garlic, and black pepper. Simple ingredients. And she grated her own cheese. Perfectly fine. If you don't have a cheese grater at home, buy shredded cheese already.
Or 1 stick of butter, a cup of heavy whipping cream, a cup of Parmesan cheese, and a little bit of minced garlic. I saute the minced garlic in the melted butter and then stir in the heavy whipping cream and the Parmesan cheese. And I keep stirring that consistently over medium heat until it's melted. I toss that with my pasta of choice, a little bit of extra Parmesan cheese and black pepper, and then I serve it with a protein.
Okay. So you guys, okay, let me slide this back a little bit. Okay, so she put the butter and then she put the cream. When you are cooking cream, it can burn very easily. And if it does, or it can, they call it scald. I think it's called scald. It can burn, and it won't be like black, but what it will look like, it'll look separated. So this is one of those things where you just want to watch it. Anytime you have milk or cream on the stove, you want to watch it so that it doesn't curdle. That's what they would call it. When the cream separates, they call it curdle. So you just want to watch it. So she puts the cream in there, the butter and the minced garlic. She heats this up. And you want to keep stirring it. You want to constantly be stirring it because the bottom of the pan can kind of burn, or like the cream will stick to the bottom of the pan. So you want to be stirring it pretty often. And then you want to slowly sprinkle in your cheese. And you want to, once you put the cheese in there, you do need to stir this pretty often, or what can happen is like all the cheese will go into like one big clump. So yeah, you wouldn't want to make sure you're stirring it. You're stirring it. And she kept this one simple. She just put black pepper and then the minced garlic. But this is where I would add my Cajun seasonings. And if you add Cajun seasonings, now it's a Cajun sauce. So, and then you can add whatever you want to. It's, your pasta.
Of choice, a little bit of extra Parmesan cheese and black pepper. And then I serve it with a protein and a salad. It comes together really quickly and is so delicious.
Okay. Let me take that off the screen because that's going to be another live stream.
If someone said they would pay you $10 to chop,
that is going to be another live stream for next week, and we are going to talk about gunplay at McDonald's. Y'all stay tuned for that. Make sure you turn on the notification bell so that when I do go live, you get notified. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, always to support this channel, and keep the stove on. It's going to be $, Chefbigbank. And this is another video about how to make. So the first two that I showed you were tomato sauce. This is going to be a marinara. They can all be used interchangeably for pasta, but let me just go ahead and play this video.
chop half an onion, would you do it? Because that's the hardest part about making marinara sauce at home. Pre-made pasta sauce is one of the most foul things in a modern megamart, but there's finally one good option. The bar has been so low for so long that Rayo's marinara ranks #1 in virtually any taste test. The catch? It costs like $10 for a quart of the stuff. Let me show you how to make the world's easiest marinara, and then you can tell me if you think it's worth the savings. Put a 1/4 cup of olive oil in a frying pan over medium heat. Add 3 minced garlic cloves, a half of a finely minced yellow onion, a teaspoon of kosher salt, and several big cranks of coarse black pepper. If you wanted to add an optional teaspoon of dried oregano or generic dried Italian seasoning, you could add that now too. Stir it around for 5 or so minutes until the onions turn translucent. Those diced onions will sweat out enough water to prevent the minced garlic from burning. By the way, I know that at least some of you are thinking, okay, this recipe requires that I dice an onion. If it calls for knife work, I'm out. If you're not confident in your ability to get a fine dice on an onion with a knife, you can use a cheese grater, a food processor, a mandolin, or a chopper. Just get it broken down into about a cup of tiny pieces and cook it in the oil. Within minutes, you will be experiencing the first homemade sauce externality of delight, filling your home with the scent of fresh alliums cooking in olive oil. Many have tried to harness this aroma in candle form, and you're getting it for effectively free. That's chef math. Now, dial the heat down to low and empty a standard 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes into the pot. You could use whole tomatoes and crush them by hand, but then you'd have to pick out any hard stems that might be in there, and all the squirting juice can make a mess. If my goal today is to get you to stop buying jarred sauce, ease is of the utmost importance, and thus pre-crushed is the way to go. You don't want the heat too high or else bubbles will make big, violent splatters. Just let it ride on low for about 15 minutes and stir it around every once in a while. Here comes the maddening part of any recipe where I tell you to salt it to taste. I don't know how salty your canned tomatoes are. I don't know how much water has evaporated out of your sauce. This is a subjective variable. Take a little spoonful, give it a cooling blow, and taste it. At this point, it'll probably be bland.
Okay, so Foodiegang, so y'all know what I always say. And hey, Randy slid in here. He said, I'm here. Okay, so Foodiegang, if you are serving other people, you need to wash the spoon off before you put it back. If you're just eating for yourself, it is okay to double dip. And we shouldn't have to go over this because y'all should already know better, but it is what it is. We at where we at. So yes, if you are eating for yourself, feel free to double dip. If you are serving other people, do not put the spoon back in there after you eat off of it. All right, Foodiegang. Randy said I use multiple spoons. And that's why a lot of people be scared to go over people's house and eat because they don't know if they double dipping. They don't know if they washing their hands. You just don't know, honestly.
And beginner cooks, take note of how that feels to have a big pot of deeply flavorful ingredients and still sense this aching, wanton need for something. That something is salt. Add another teaspoon, stir it around, let it dissolve and disperse throughout the sauce for a minute, and then taste it again. After you feel like it tastes well seasoned, add a tablespoon of fresh basil that's been finely julienned or minced. Cut the heat, stir everything around, and you're done. Mama fucking mia, look at this sauce. It's still bright red. It hasn't reduced all day like a Sunday gravy, so it still tastes fresh and tangy. It's got that reflective sheen on it from having lots of olive oil, which obviously tastes good, but also clings to pasta more effectively. Anyone who's ever washed a pot full of Raos has seen how much it glimmers in the soapy water. They use a lot of olive oil. In the end, this has been a lesson on how to make marinara at home with very few ingredients in a matter of minutes. Don't get me wrong, this sauce is perfectly cromulent, and yet it's like the worst possible marinara you can make at home. I say this just so that you understand that it's on equal footing with the best marinara from the supermarket. This is as good as you can buy, and it's equal to this, which is as basic as you can make. If you are in the mood to improve even further, do any one or many of the following. 1. Swap all the onions for an equal amount of shallots, the onion's fancier and more refined cousin. 2.
Have you guys ever had shallots before? So yes, like you said, shallots are similar to onions. They have kind of like a sweet taste. And when I lived in Oregon, we used shallots a lot in the kitchen for a lot of the recipes. The shallots are really, really good. Randy said double dipping and family members are licking the spoon. Yes, y'all, I seen it. I seen it. That's why I felt like it was very important for me to pause the video and give y'all that lesson about double dipping. Randy said, no, she has not had shallots. Yes, they are really good. Shallots are really good. And they can be used in place of onions to give it a sweeter taste. Let's get back into the video. So he's just going over some items that you can, use interchangeably.
And more refined cousin. 2. Swap half the olive oil for animal fat, like that which renders out of cooked salt pork or bacon. 3. When you're frying the onions and garlic, add a teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes for some Scovilles. 4. Instead of everyday crushed tomatoes, find a can from the prized San Marzano varietal. 5. Whenever you finish a wedge of Parmesan, keep that leftover rind in the freezer. Plop this hunk in the sauce while it simmers.
So when I worked in the kitchen, this brand of tomatoes was very popular. Let me see, I can't. Yes, this brand was very popular. And it's like, you know how they have like different types of tomatoes, and this would be like the upper quality brand. This would be the upper quality brand. Now, if you're not looking for quality, you can get the great value. I think that one brand called S&W, they make tomatoes. There are a lot of different tomato varieties. So when you do go to the tomato aisles, do not be intimidated.
Is San Marzano varietal. 5. Whenever you finish a wedge of Parmesan, keep that leftover rind in the freezer. Plop this hunk in the sauce while it simmers, and it will contribute salt and super umami glutamates. 6. If you grow your own basil, chop 2 or 3 big stems and stir those into the sauce at the end. After they've given off their flavor, you can fish them out and toss them so that they contribute basil flavor while leaving the sauce smooth. So, with this information, you've got an opportunity to, best case, make a world-class red sauce, and worst case, replicate the $10 jar with a value proposition that exponentially increases with a double or triple-sized batch. I won't get into home canning in this video, which is a whole other bag of worms, but I will say that the sauce does freeze well. Defrost a portion whenever you want pizza, pasta, eggplant parm, or just a dip for air fryer mozzarella sticks. With the interest piqued of both the lazy and the audacious, I expect you all to make the sauce. Capiche?
Wow, he gave a lot of great information there. Have you guys ever had eggplant parmesan? It is really, really good. The one that he made looks kind of weird to me. I don't know, it looks kind of weird. Maybe it's because it's the breadcrumbs, but the ones I had looked a little bit different. So yes, what he's saying is that you can even make the tomato sauce, and if you have some left over, or if you want to store it, you can even store it in those containers. So he's saying that his sauce is equivalent, or it's just about as much time, or it's the same thing if you make it at home, a better taste. So what do y'all think, Foodie Gang? Are y'all making pasta sauce at home? I'll tell you this. Like I already told y'all, I'm about to make some Cajun pasta. I'm going to make my sauce from scratch. I will share the video. It's probably a quick video. I'll share the pictures with y'all so y'all can see the pasta as well. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And to support this channel, keep the stove on. Hit the Cash App money sign, Chefbigbank. And you can send stars on Facebook to support Chefbigbank. And we are streaming on Facebook today, which is why all the sound has been removed from the video. Well, I normally play beats on my intro and outro, but when I stream to Facebook, I don't do that. All right. Yeah, so Foodie Gang, I'm so excited for the pasta contest. Okay, so you guys know how I played that video where they call them pro chefs. They blind tasted store-bought tomato sauces. Well, in this video I have for you today, they're going to be tasting macaroni and cheese from the grocery store. Before I get into that video, I do have a quick video that I made and put together to show you guys. So let me pull that up. Okay, so this is the National Foodiegang Pasta Contest. And free to enter, free to join, free to win. This was my ground beef and ground turkey spaghetti that I made. Spaghetti is my favorite dish. When I went to Olive Garden, I ordered so how do y'all feel about this? This is what Olive Garden refers to as their shrimp scampi. Anybody that knows what shrimp scampi is knows that this is not shrimp scampi. This was very delicious though. But this is not shrimp scampi. Shrimp scampi is a wine sauce and shrimp and just noodles. They put like tomatoes, asparagus in here, which to me it's not shrimp scampi, but it was very, very delicious. But I get it. People are not foodies, so they're not going to be too caught up on the names. So this is Olive Garden shrimp scampi. This was absolutely delicious. And it came with a breadstick. Very, very good. I do recommend that if you do go out to eat at Olive Garden, you get this dish. Oh, and y'all know my bread's my favorite. Okay, this is my tomato. Let me just hold on. See, I gotta pause it. Let me go look up the name. I want to say. I got to make sure I fact checked all these names so I can be telling y'all the accurate names. Y'all know I'll be doing a lot of cooking. So the recipes be running together. Okay, I got it. My tomato Italian sausage pasta. And I also made the video, and the video is available on my YouTube channel. And I'm going to drop the video in the comment section so that if anyone wants to go and make this pasta, the recipe is included. Okay, so yes, my tomato Italian sausage pasta, it was very, very delicious. The recipe is also included, and I forgot to drop this link. But if anyone wants to come up and join the conversation, feel free to. And so I'm going to put that link in the comment section if anyone wants to join the conversation. If you are watching on Facebook, to join the live stream, you're going to have to come to YouTube to be able to join the live stream. I'm not sure. I don't know if you can join from Facebook. I don't know. But I know about YouTube. Yes, and then if you do come up here, I ask that you be respectful, keep the cursing to a minimum. But yes, this is my tomato Italian sausage pasta. The video is posted on my YouTube channel. I used some pretty weird ingredients to make the sauce. You know, I had to go to the grocery store, so it's like a make it work meal. But it turned out to be very, very amazing. And yes, y'all, this is the National Foodiegang Pasta Contest info. And like I said, the winner gets a free Foodiegang t-shirt, a $20 gift card, and an exclusive YouTube interview. And once again, here are the instructions on how to submit your entries. So yeah, this time it's going to be pasta, but what do you guys think that we should make next? One thing I would say, like I said before, is I think it's cool that this contest has made everyone want to make pasta. And I think that that's very fun to be able to inspire a food trend, you know. So, thank y'all for, competing and making y'all pasta and cooking at home. I really appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to doing more food contests. To me, it's a lot of fun. I think it's great. It's a lot of fun. It's something that we can all look forward to. And it'll give us all something to do. A little competition never hurt nobody. Okay, so yes, that's a little video I made that I wanted to show y'all. And now we are going to get back into the video, the pro chefs trying the pro chefs blind taste every box mac and cheese. So let me get that situated. Let me get that up.
We've gathered 3 professional chefs to blind taste test every boxed mac and cheese brand we could get our hands on and see which ones meet their standards. Don't worry, we are prepared. Kraft Original Macaroni and Cheese Dinner.
Just the visual kind of brings me back in a time machine right now.
It smells like I'm 5 years old again.
The sauce is kind of thin, not as cheesy as I would like my mac and cheese personally. So what I look for in mac and cheese is sauce. Is it creamy? Is it glossy? Does it coat the pasta the way it should?
It's got to have that cheesy, not quite real cheese taste. The more cheese, the better.
Pasta shape is very important because that's what's going to make the sauce adhere to the actual pasta. And of course, the actual mix itself. And a lot of that has to do with the amount of sodium citrate and sodium hexametaphosphate in it, which are helping to make the fats not separate from the actual pasta and the sauce.
When I'm looking at this right here, that color, that slight neon hue to it, that lets me know it's money. Yep, I know what that is. The scent, the smell, the shape of the noodle, that's Kraft mac and cheese right there.
This is Kraft mac and cheese.
I do think this is a blue box Kraft mac and cheese. There it is. The box has changed, but the ingredients have not. The thing about this,
I would say that with that Kraft mac and cheese, the shape of their elbow pastas, no other mac and cheese has that shape. Like the Kraft mac and cheese, they knew off the rip that it was Kraft just because how the noodles were shaped. And this is one popular type of pasta or one popular brand of pasta that I think it's safe to say we all ate Kraft mac and cheese before. We all ate it before.
this particular mac and cheese, you always wanted to eat more. You needed to eat more. You couldn't just have one bite. You want to go in for it. A lot of that is that acidity, which helps open up the mouth. The citric acid and the lactic acid.
I grew up on this. I love it.
Annie's white cheddar shells, macaroni and cheese.
A white cheese, maybe a white cheddar.
I always think that shelled mac and cheese is the way to go because you get the little pockets in the shell that are the gooey explosion in your mouth.
The sauce itself coats the pasta, which is a good sign.
The texture is definitely a little looser with this one right here. It's not quite as gelatinous or homogeneous.
I noticed the sauce is a little bit less thick than the last one, but it is sticking to the shell, so the viscosity is nice.
Definitely getting notes of a milder kind of cheddar.
It looks like it's going to pack a really nice, sharp white cheddar flavor that tastes very nice, and it was kind of muted, to be honest with you.
I will say that the pasta has a little bit more bite.
This particular mac and cheese is lacking lusciousness on the tongue. We really just want to eat more. We're only really tasting pretty bland sauce and kind of a bland pasta noodle as well. It looks like it possibly could be an Annie's, but I think Annie's tastes better than this.
Oh!
Annie's.
All right.
It is the Annie's white cheddar.
That is hilarious because in my head I was like, maybe this is the Annie's, but I wasn't quite sure.
I'm not opposed to Annie's. Thank you, Annie.
Velveeta shells and cheese.
That's the color we're looking for, kind of that quite not natural yellow hue to it.
Okay, I think it's safe to say that we've all had Velveeta mac and cheese before. I think it's pretty safe to say that we have had Velveeta before. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel to support this channel. Stove on. It's money sign Chefbigbank on Cash App.
Sauce It's really clinging to the shells. These pockets right here are just gooey deliciousness, we hope.
In order to get that beautiful lacquered texture that you have that coats the outside of the shells, you want to have some type of starch present, maybe potato starch, that gives that nice, luxurious, glorious lacquered look on the shells right here.
I feel like it's very muted.
Flavor profile of actual cheese, but it's really good.
And it really doesn't have that cheese factor.
There's a nice salinity to this. The gooiness really comes across. You can make a little runway in the sauce. It's not just pooled down there, which is always a good sign of proper emulsion. I think this one is probably a base with an actual cheese with the melting salts in it.
You do that, real cheese ain't doing that. It's real homogeneous. It's real, kind of stiff, very salty.
If I had to guess, I feel like it would be Velveeta.
I'm going to go with Velveeta.
Yes, I was right.
Velveeta.
Enriched macaroni product. Oof.
This also has the lactic acid, the citric acid that we enjoyed from the Kraft one.
You want a cheese sauce that actually moves. This is as slow as molasses. To feed that to my family, it's going to be a no for me.
I think this is by far actually the best tasting one. I think the sweetness from the Kraft kind of overpowered the saltiness that you want from mac and cheese. And I think the Annie's just didn't really have that much natural flavor, whereas the Goop, quote unquote, carries a lot of flavor and really packs a lot of flavor. And it's a high sodium content, which translates to gooey, glossy, delicious, tasty mac and cheese. And that's it. I really don't know any more mac and cheese brands now.
Great value original macaroni and cheese.
Lovely, beautiful, neon yellow.
It looks very similar to the Kraft. It's going for that exact same marketability.
I don't see much white spacing on the actual pasta. It's just cheese sauce through and through.
Hey, we got Trey Ferg in the building. He said 907 goodies. What's going on, Trey? We're just talking about how to make pasta sauce from scratch. And I'm reviewing this video with the pro chefs. They say blind taste test, but none of them got anything covering. They call it a blind taste test because they don't tell them which brand. They have to guess. So they're taste testing every box macaroni and cheese from the store. So we finna see what's finna go on. He said, "You always making me hungry." Well, I'm right there with you, Trey. I got up so early today. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. So my son was over here growling, watching them eat this mac and cheese. And then before this, we was talking about pasta. So I'm hungry too.
That is not Kraft.
Very sweet, surprisingly.
Not a fan of the pasta noodles. A little denser.
The sauciness of the Krafts was a little bit more consistent. Whereas even as you can see now, as this is starting to cool, we get a little bit more of these like runny puree marks. I think it's a very good imitation from the look standpoint, but from the taste standpoint, it doesn't quite hit those same notes as the Kraft, honestly.
It's not giving a super buttery, rich flavor profile. It's just linear.
We know most of these products don't have the real cheese product in it, but it tastes extra chemically, kind of a metal, kind of minerally taste to it.
Great value. Okay, this makes sense.
Just looks exactly like Kraft. Are you even allowed to market something like this? I know those melting salts that we discussed in the Kraft mac and cheese and also in the Velveeta, there's no sodium citrate, there's no sodium hexametaphosphate, so a sauce that looked very consistent.
Yeah, one thing I will say is that it looks like from this picture, it looks like Great Value is trying to be straight up like Kraft mac and cheese. Straight up. Look at that. They took the shade. They got it a little bit darker. But they trying to be just like Kraft. And I don't even blame them. They trying to get to that money.
The Velveeta, there's no sodium citrate, there's no sodium hexametaphosphate. So a sauce that looked very consistent and very glossy right when it came out starts to look like it's no longer an emulsion. It's because there's nothing helping to bind it. This is just going to kind of die in the plate right away.
Cheetos mac and cheese.
Now y'all know I'm gonna give you that face. The Jamaican auntie face. Oh, what is? I have never seen a cheese this color.
Oh, have y'all ever heard of this? Cheetos mac and cheese. And we got Walker Alexander Tracy watching us from Facebook. How you doing? How you doing? She said, nasty mac and cheese, y'all. Somebody gave me this macaroni and cheese, the Cheeto kind. And so, when people give you stuff, it's free. So I tried it. It was so disgusting. I was like, first of all, who thought of this? Some things, like they're chips. Chips are supposed to be chips. Chips don't need to be made into macaroni and cheese. But this macaroni is so, if y'all see this, do not buy it. Allegedly. Tracy said, powdered water and noodles. He said, hi, honey. Yes, y'all. This Cheeto macaroni and cheese is disgusting. Don't get it for your kids. Don't get it for yourself. Don't get it for your husband. It is not good. And I really want to know how many of these do they sell a year, because I don't know who is buying this. It is gross. Tracy said, I've seen it, but will not try. Good. Don't do it. Don't do it. But that's my opinion. I'm just one chef. So let's go and see what the other chefs got to say. Let's see if they're going to say what I'm saying, or are they going against it.
Color is a bit much.
Kind of a Cheetos orange thing going on here.
It's well coated. I do see a lot of the cheese sauce here. Just based off looks now, there is fat and starch in there that's causing it to coat the noodles.
I'm smelling spices in here.
I'm getting packaged cheese snack vibes. Yep.
Okay. It doesn't taste like mac and cheese at all to me.
Cannot confirm if it's cheese. Oh, kind of does taste like Cheetos, actually.
The only thing missing right now is the cheese powder on my fingers. It looks like it. Yes, it tastes like it. Really, really good flavor. Hinges on the cusp of too salty.
It's just full of seasoning, additives, and flavors, but not cheese.
There's a sweetness to it as well, and there's just a salinity, that balance that makes you want to go back for more. It's kind of scary to look at, but it's good.
That's wrong. So wrong, but
he is a lie. It is not good. It is weird and it don't taste right. Tracy said, don't waste money, make your own. But it's some in the freezer section that is good. Y'all. Okay, so the other dude said that it was good. I don't know. It's weird. But I don't like stuff like that. Like if they have I saw the other day they have like a Butterfinger coffee. I don't like stuff that is supposed to be one way and they're trying to make it another way. Like this is like you're eating chips, but it's really macaronis. That to me is weird. And of course he gonna say it was good. The other dude.
But not cheese.
There's a sweetness to it as well, and there's just a salinity, that balance that makes you want to go back for more. It's kind of scary to look at, but it's good.
Look at him. Look at him. He said it was good. Don't he look like the type of person that would eat Cheetos mac and cheese? And honestly, just because he got the white coat on does not mean he cooks good food. Let me tell y'all, let's talk about it. Y'all, sometimes these chefs, they be putting on a white coat, but they don't know how to cook. There it is. Sometimes they may be good leaders, but they may not know how to cook. You know, when it's like they got to do everything, all the prepping and stuff. Sometimes it be for show, y'all. And that's why I be coming out here keeping it real with y'all. It's a lot of cap going on with some of these chefs. They be burning stuff, they can't cook, and they be rude sometimes. I'm telling y'all. I'm your favorite chef, and I know it. But yeah, sometimes with these white coats, I'm telling y'all, they just be lying. They don't really know how to cook like that. And they be very rude, very nasty, over dramatic. Okay, so it was so funny. So you know how I'll be okay. So follow me on Facebook. Join my group. Tracy said that's true. All these chefs don't know how to cook. I'm telling y'all, they sure don't. And once you put on a white coat, you're gonna automatically get the respect of a chef. But that does not mean that you know how to cook. That does not mean you know how to treat people. That does not mean you know how to teach people how to cook and you're leading people to the kitchen. That just means you got a white coat on. Trey Burke said, you are the favorite. I'm telling y'all. Okay, but what I was going to say was some of the chefs, they be really, really rude, y'all. They be rude as heck. Rude as all get out. And so, you know, I always want to be teaching people or showing people that cooking can be fun. There can be a lot. There's a lot that you can learn from food and cooking. And I never want to like detour people away from the kitchen because everyone hasn't cooked for years and years and years. So some of us, you know, are just learning how to cook, and that's okay wherever you are on the spectrum. It's okay. But yeah, y'all, a lot of these chefs be capping. And so, you know, and then it's like where I worked, we had a lot of white coats. And then what I'll say is this: when you have kitchen staff, when you have cooks, when you have servers, when you have dishwashers, and everything in the kitchen is running up to par, of course the chef is gonna look great and like he's doing his job, right? But take away cooks, take away dishwashers, and see if that chef can still run the kitchen the same way, or if he can get on the line and cook, or if he can produce a dish. Because anybody can have the white coat on, but it's can you actually do the work that is behind the white coat? And so I don't want to get too distracted. We're going to do an episode about that. Okay, so I saw this video on YouTube where it talks about chefs that got arrested. And so I definitely want to go over that episode with you guys, and we're going to talk about Chef's Foodiegang, but that's going to be in this whole separate episode. And we're going to talk about some amazing chefs that maybe you heard about, maybe you haven't, and some not so nice chefs.
That's wrong, so wrong, but so right in all the good ways.
All right. I guess Cheetos has the market on this color.
So you know what I just noticed, and what I think is funny, is how the woman said the mac and cheese was not good, and the two guys said that the mac and cheese pasta was good. So what does that tell y'all? That tells me that the men said it was good and the woman said it was not good. And what I would say is Cheetos mac and cheese is a comfort food. It's brand recognition. So of course the men said it was okay. You know, they like stuff like this. And so, yeah, y'all, that Cheetos mac and cheese, if y'all see it, don't buy it, please.
Color of orange.
That flavor, that taste, that smell, everything pointed towards this.
It has some buttermilk and nutritional yeast, and it has the melting salt. So kind of a combination of a lot of the things that we've tried. Overall, solid mac and cheese. Like, there you go, Cheetos.
Trader Joe's organic shells and white cheddar, macaroni, and cheese.
Shells again. Do they not make any other pasta shapes?
So we have that viscosity again, that sheen and shine. Compared to the last white mac and cheese has a more consistent sauce. It's slightly starting to split.
It's a little lumpy. That means the sauce isn't as emulsified as it should be.
Not bad.
There's not really much cheese taste at all, but it's tasty.
I would definitely add more cheese culture, cheese essence, or actually have more cheese in there. When comparing this to the Annie's and the Velveeta, I like the shells right here. This size, it's good, has a nice chew to it, very snackable.
Tasting this mac.
Okay, so Tracy said Darius Cooks is an amazing chef, but he said he don't consider himself as a chef. And I believe because Tracy's also a member of my Facebook group. I believe you shared his content before, and I checked him out. And what I will say is that I went to culinary school when I was 19. I didn't consider myself to be a chef until I got 29. And I still feel like that's pretty young. I do feel like before you consider yourself a chef, you do have to cook a lot of different things. You have to, I feel like there's a couple of hoops that you gotta jump through before you say, hey, I'm a chef. But Foodiegang, some people think that once they go to culinary school and they graduate, they're automatically a chef. I don't necessarily agree with that because there's a lot of knowledge that has to come with that title. But that's why I was saying that y'all need to be careful. Just because someone has on a white coat does not mean they're a chef. Because some people is coming out of culinary school thinking they're chefs. And y'all, I see them up in there burning food, didn't know how to cook. So, be careful to who you are putting your trust into and what brand you are trusting as well. Because like I said, everybody got a white coat, not a chef. And honestly, even if you did consider yourself to be a chef, I don't necessarily feel like you need to go start wearing a white coat now. But that's my opinion. And then Trey Ferg said, I would like it too if I was getting paid. Ooh, that's a good point. So Trey, you think the chefs were getting paid to say that Cheetos mac and cheese was good? You know what, Trey? Trey, you might be right, because that mac and cheese was gross. It was gross. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the Cash App, #Chefbigbank, keep the stove on. And if you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and send some stars. But Trey, you might be right. Because so theoretically, what if Cheetos paid for that blind taste test and they made it, what if they paid for it? What if they sponsored it? And then so when the chefs got to the mac and cheese, they're like, okay, we need somebody to say it's good and somebody to say it's nasty so it can look authentic. This is all allegedly and for entertainment purposes. But what if they did do that? Randy said, I hate when people think they can cook and they can't. I'm telling y'all, that's how the chefs with the white coats can't cook. Because they just graduated a 2-month course and now they think that, or not 2 months, a 2-year course, and now they think they're a chef and they can be mean people and boss people around. Randy is so funny, y'all. It's so funny. Hey, Dr. Frizzle, what's going on? He said, what's going on, people? We are talking about, we have pro chefs blind tasting every box macaroni and cheese, and we are talking about it. And we got Trey coming to the stage. What's going on, Trey?
Nothing. I just wanted to come up, and support you. And yeah, so, and just to add on to my comment, it's almost like being an NFL player or NBA star. Some chefs do get endorsed to promote products. They do. It's like an endorsement. You promote the product. You be a brand. You be a representative of the brand. You get a little kickback.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. And it okay, so Foodiegang, if you guys have ever tried Cheetos mac and cheese, let me know. But that mac and cheese was so nasty that I do agree with what Trey is saying, is how Cheetos may have, paid for the advertising, and so they're going to make that brand look good. And that is true. And that's another reason why you need to be careful with some of your favorite chefs or influencers promoting products that are not actually tasty or not good. You always have to be careful. Do your homework. Don't just believe anybody. Do your research. You know, you gotta do your research. But Trey, you in the car? Y'all know Trey normally be in the house. This is the first time we ever seen him in the car before. He's driving on. But let's get back into the video. And Trey looks a little bit frozen. We'll keep him up there and we'll see what happens.
Mac and cheese, there is no flavor at all. For me, 0 out of 10.
What do you have here?
Trey, are you okay? You were frozen for a second.
I received a phone call.
Oh, okay. You were frozen for a second, but what I was saying, Trey, is that normally you be in the house. I've never seen you outside before.
I'm always outside. I get outside early so I can get home and relax. You know, I try to beat traffic, but hey, like I said, when I'm retired, shit, I get out. I'm always out, for real.
Yeah, but Trey normally be in the house, got the green screen, and then I know, Trey, if you were at home, you would have put mac and cheese on the green screen.
Yeah, I would have put it on there too. But you know, you gotta look at some companies over time, like what companies do. They follow the trends of what people eat, and to me, I think it was a play to try to get more black people to eat that shit, because black people like Cheetos and shit. They love Cheetos, and I don't know if they came out with the flaming hot macaroni and cheese yet. I think I may have saw that shit. I'm not quite sure, but eventually you're gonna see them playing to that. It's just a ploy to keep us fat as hell, unhealthy as hell. So make that shit yourself.
And you know what, Trey? It's a good ploy because, like we saw with the two men who recognized the brand, they thought that mac and cheese was good, even though it was Cheeto mac and cheese. And I'm telling y'all, Cheeto mac and cheese is gross. Well, we got the Drip Show coming through. He says, sliding through. What up, 907? Nothing much. Just chilling, talking about pasta. Trey, Randy is counting your curse words. He said,
how many curse words I done said?
Trey, I know what you do, you grown, but we're gonna have to ask you to be careful.
All right. I didn't know I said 3. My bad. Randy, don't be over counting my pockets.
Trey, we like when you come up, and I appreciate it all the time. And I know it's how you talk. But look, I'm trying to get you to be able to practice for when you be coaching the kids, and you got to talk to the kids.
907, believe it or not, I very seldom curse at kids. Very seldom. I don't do that. It takes that confidence away. I like to build that confidence so they can jump out the building for the team. You know, so.
And then, Trey, I know you were telling us that you were going to start being a coach, or you were kind of in talks with the team to start coaching and to really take that over and, you know, start mentoring the young kids. Do you have any updates on that process? And when can we start calling you Coach Trey?
Well, you can always call me Coach Trey Bird. I spent damn near 40 years of my life coaching and mentoring, and I coach basketball, I coach football, girls basketball. I've coached girls soccer. And, you know, like I said, I met with a a couple of weeks ago, one of my friends passed away, and he found out I was closer to town. You know, I was sort of closer to my hometown, and he wanted me to sort of come and join and see what they got going on over there. I told him I'd come check it out. I just don't commit to stuff like that anymore because not everybody's in it for the children. So, you know, I have to be in a good situation for me to commit that time. Not everybody's in it for the children because that's all they need is a little motivation to say they can do that shit. And I never had problems with young folks from 6th grade, I don't know, whatever grade, but I mentored always 6th grade through high school. I also worked as a freshman. It was like a freshman college class, a freshman class, like a life skills, whatever. So I did that for a year. But yeah, I don't have problems with the young folk. I don't cuss at them, but I do let them know that their expectation is high from day one. I don't dummy down to a kid. They have to come up to a certain level. I don't expect for them to be at the top level unless they can be there. But some motherfuckers can barely read. So hey, practice reading. Practice these things. You get better over time. It just doesn't come at one time. And just because you're not there today, who's to say you might not be there in 6 months? So that's the way I've always been.
Yeah, Trey, I totally agree with you. Everybody is not always in it for the kids. And I also make children's content at Ava's Playtime on YouTube. Make sure you guys go subscribe to that. But everybody is not in it for the kids. And I'm leery too about signing up for stuff to volunteer. Just because I know like how my time is. I know I'll be on the go. And I want to know the person's mindset that I'm going to help. Because if you have that mindset, like I want you to do all this for me and I'm not going to do nothing, it's like, whoa, I'm not going to want to help you like that, you know? So I totally agree with what you're saying, Trey. We're going to get back into this video, and they are reviewing Trader Joe's pasta. So let me go ahead and play this video.
Trader Joe's.
Oh, I'm disappointed, Trader Joe's.
Definitely Trader Joe's. Give me more of that organic white cheddar cheese. But overall, I'll eat it.
You missed the mark on that one.
Banza mac and white cheddar made with chickpea pasta.
Finally, we got elbow mac and cheese in the house. The coating of the sauce still seems a little bit loose.
Not really coating the spoon and not really sticking that nice kind of homogeneous kind of, texture.
So it does seem like some of the pasta is broken up. Either that means the pasta was overcooked or it means that maybe this is a gluten substitute, which sometimes that can happen too.
Oh, snap. I've been up here talking. Seafood Gang, I be getting carried away. If y'all hit the Cash App and you don't hear me say nothing, go ahead and drop a comment in the comment or in the chat. Say, hey, Big Bank, check the Cash App. Money on the line. You got to say something and let me know. But we got Blaze with the $20. He said, for support. I'm somewhere in the clouds. Man, Blaze, we appreciate you so much for always supporting the channel, whether you're here or not. So with that being said, Blaze is going to be the sponsor of the show. And so I am going to get that banner updated. And we're going to get back into the video. But thank you so much, Blaze. Thank you.
The smell itself is a lot more earthier.
Okay.
That's interesting.
As soon as I bite into it, it kind of disintegrates and falls apart.
There's a little bit of a chalkiness to the pasta itself, and it kind of disintegrated in my mouth. So I think this is gluten-free pasta. You want the cheese to be the flavor and the pasta sort of to be the vessel, whereas in this case, pasta is the flavor and the cheese sort of exists.
It's lacking that yellow color. It's lacking that cheesiness. It's got to have that starch. It's got to have that fat in there to make it stick. It's lacking that. That's not vibing with me.
Of all the mac and cheeses that I've had thus far, this one, like a little step above everybody else.
This one is probably least favorite so far.
I think we're eating gluten-free vegan mac and cheese.
Oh no! Bunza mac and cheese made with chickpeas.
It's lacking that starch, that wheat.
Have you guys ever heard of Bonza, the chickpea pasta? I've cooked it before when I worked at PSU. One of the college students he actually had celiac disease, so he couldn't have wheat, and so he would bring this Bonza chickpea pasta in and have the kitchen prepare it for him. One thing I will say is that once you make this pasta and you put it in the water, you cannot overcook it. If you overcook it, all the pasta kind of like falls apart. All the pasta falls apart. But I think the great thing about pasta and the reason why I chose it for this food contest is that everyone can compete in this contest, whether you're a vegetarian, gluten-free, you have celiac disease, you don't eat red meat, you don't eat seafood. Y'all know people be having a lot of different food diets these days. So I felt with pasta, it would be a great way for everyone to be able to contribute. And we can talk about pasta. Have you ever had chickpea pasta, Trey?
No, ma'am, don't want it.
What? Why?
Ma'am. Chickpeas. Mm-mm. Now, my wife, she might eat it. She like chickpeas and all that. But me, I don't eat macaroni hardly at all. At all. Unless she makes it, she'll make some homemade macaroni during like Thanksgiving. Other than that, I don't eat it that much.
Trey said, of course I'm not trying it. But the great thing about pasta, like I said, is that whatever diet you have, they make a pasta for you. So the one that I made was just like the plain pasta. I did not know that they make a boxed macaroni and cheese, but boxed macaroni and cheese is a top seller. And that is why you see so many different brands when you go to the store.
Wheat has, so it's not going to have that toothy kind of feel when you bite into it.
Pea starch. Okay, that's where that earthiness comes from in the cheese sauce itself.
I think if you were to add some more cheese to the sauce, maybe the pasta wouldn't be as overpowering, and maybe this would be a really good substitute for people who are gluten-free. But with the straight out of the box sauce that they have, it's just not enough to overpower that flavor.
Not a fan of chickpea pasta. No.
Daya Deluxe mac and cheese, cheddar style.
It has that nice yellow hue. It's really coating the pasta well. I like the ridges that are in the pasta as well, because ridges mean more flavor, more cheese sauce.
The cheese sauce looks, for lack of a better term, crazy. It's too light for the pasta itself. It gets creamy towards the bottom as though the sauce itself sinks.
Interesting.
Now that is an interesting tasting mac and cheese.
My eyes are telling.
Ooh, it looked like she wanted to spit that out. She looked like she was not having it. Ooh.
Me mac and cheese, but my mouth is saying a whole different story.
There's definitely nutritional yeast in there.
Quite a bit of sodium in there.
It has like this kind of thick film that's coating my tongue as well. I don't quite like that. I'm gonna look at this sauce is what I'll do.
I'm at a ballpark because it looks like nacho cheese sauce.
No cheese. Is this orange?
Completely mimics a gorgeous velvety cheese sauce. But then from a taste standpoint, we really get a lot of nutritional yeast out of there. There's some sweetness. It's a product that kind of plays with your mind a little bit because of all the way that it looks exactly like a cheese, but then it doesn't really taste much like a cheese. I think we finally got our vegan option here.
Daya.
Deliciously dairy-free. That makes so much sense. Pasta is a brown rice pasta.
I don't know, y'all. Dairy-free mac and cheese That's kind of weird. It's like that don't sound that appetizing to me. I feel like if you don't eat dairy, things like mac and cheese are a no-go.
I've had some vegan noodles before at an all vegan restaurant. It was more spaghetti, but they do make the dairy free, like the Dahlia brand, I think, if I'm pronouncing it right. They sell it at Whole Foods, Walmart now. But according to my wife, she likes that shit. It looks good though. It looks good. I never eaten it. I look at it. I mean, it comes out looking good.
Yeah, like you know how they be having like meatless burgers, dairy-free mac and cheese. I don't really care for stuff like that. Cause if it's dairy-free, what did you put in here? Cause pasta is egg and flour. So it's like, I feel like you just play with my food too much. Too much playing for me. Nope. But see, I don't like that Cheeto mac and cheese. I don't like stuff like that. Let me just get back into the video.
Definitely go the brown rice route over the chickpea because it kind of holds up with that firmness.
If it tasted like cheese, I would say it was a really great mac and cheese. It just doesn't taste like cheese.
Outside of looks and scent, not my bag.
365 by Whole Foods Market. Organic macaroni and cheese.
Not as sauce heavy as the others.
So you don't really have as much of the gooey, drippy, velvety texture that you would kind of want from mac and cheese.
It looks kind of oily, like it's starting to break apart or on the verge of breaking. I'm not sure if it's lacking the starch or the fat from the cheese or the dairy.
Some elements of seasoning there, some elements of cheese or cheese substitute in there.
It's not overwhelming in sweetness.
It's one of the more bland ones we've tried so far.
It's a bit more palatable, in my opinion.
The sauce itself is staying the same consistency as it started, but there just wasn't that much sauce.
And the cheese is not here for me at all.
Just not good mac and cheese.
Is it 365? Yes! It was giving Whole Foods, guys.
Made with real organic cheddar cheese. I'm not tasting that. It's completely eluding me.
I think that they just don't give you enough in their packet to serve with the pasta.
I'm not really getting that nice, luscious mouthfeel that I'm looking for.
A little bit more nuanced than Kraft. Has more of an appeal for the adult palate, but still good enough for the children. You gotta feed the children.
Stouffer's macaroni and cheese.
The sauce is a lot thicker than the rest. The noodles look well cooked, as if like you made this at home.
For the
I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, Foodiegang. I kind of like the Stouffer's. Did I say it right, Trey? But I like the Stouffer's, and then they have another one that's like a potato bake with breadcrumbs and cheese. It is so delicious as well. But yeah, I kind of like Stouffer's, but what I've learned is things like this are not good for you in the long run.
look, I expected there to be a lot of flavor.
It's not as luxurious or velvety on my tongue as I would expect.
You're eating with your eyes, you want to devour this, and then you taste it, and it's just one note and flat, and there's nothing going on there.
As it gets colder, that sauce starts to separate more and more, which is not very pleasing, but overall, taste-wise, not bad.
And you got a little bit of like some sharp cheddar flavors going on here. I kind of appreciate that. Stop it. It's Stouffer's.
Oh, I knew it was going to come sooner or later. I did not think it would be this one.
You got to give them credit for a frozen product in the microwave. It really comes out with all the texture that you would want. Quite impressive. They just need to work on their flavor.
Cooked macaroni, skim milk, water, cheddar cheese. The first 4 ingredients of the mac and cheese seems legit enough for me.
Muscle Mac, macaroni and cheese.
Very reminiscent of a craft, the noodle shape, the way it kind of clumps together.
I hate to use the word weird, but this is weird.
Flavor, it's a little muted, not as cheesy as I thought it might be from scent, but it tastes good.
It doesn't really seem to have much cheese.
Randy said a lot of restaurants use Stouffer's. I do not know if I'm saying that word right. So if anybody know how to say Stouffer's, let me know. And you know what? I don't know if they use that particular brand, but she is right. A lot of these restaurants do not make their mac and cheese from scratch. Mac and cheese from scratch, when you're doing a big batch, it's a lot of work to put in. You got to make a lot of cheese sauce. You have to do all this stuff. A lot of the restaurants are buying their products already made. Unfortunately, Randy said I'm saying it correct. Okay, Stouffer's. So there you have it. A lot of restaurants are not making things from scratch because you got to think about the labor. And we talked about it when we talked about crime and fast food, why are restaurants closing down, the rise in price of fast food. We talked about it. Now, am I going to make cheese sauce from scratch and pay somebody $15 an hour or $20 an hour? That would be a lot of money. So they do the cost saving and they buy a lot of these products already made. And so the cook just has to heat it up and serve it. Trey, where are you driving to? Because you've been on the road for a long time.
I'm going to this little Chinese store to get some sushi rolls. Yeah,
Trey, you be eating sushi?
that's for my wife.
Oh, okay. Because I'm about to say you don't look like a sushi person.
Yeah, I'm not. That's my wife. She loves all that stuff. And I get out, you know what I'm saying? My wife, she works from home, so that give me a chance to get out and see everything I need to see.
Oh, that's so sweet of you to be going to grab her some sushi. Because I was like, Trey, you don't look like no sushi eater to me.
Believe me, I'm not a sushi eater.
Very sweet of you.
I know, that's why I keep telling her. That's why I'm the prize.
Randy agrees. She said, oh, he's a sweet husband.
That's why I had to let her know a couple of weeks ago how much I'm the prize I am. She was like, oh, you're the prize. All the things I do. So.
Yeah, that's very nice of you, Trey, to go out and because like sometimes we be craving stuff, but we don't feel like getting up to go get it. Like everybody had that craving, and you're like, I don't feel like going nowhere. So that's nice of you to go for her.
I'll make sure I pass that message along to her so she'll know. And I don't mind doing stuff like that. Some people complain. I like to be outside. My wife's more of a homebody. Shit. I think she gets out of the house now maybe once a week. But for the most part, I'm doing the running around.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm a homebody too. I kind of like to just chill at home. I don't need to be out in the club. I'm not on the block. I be at home chilling. But let's get back into this video and let's see what's going on with these mac and cheese. Now they're on Muscle Mac. I have never heard of Muscle Mac. Have you guys ever heard of Muscle Mac? That don't even sound right. That don't even sound right. Randy said she loved being at home too. I feel like the older you get, the more you like being at home and the more thankful you are to make it back home after a long day outside. Because you never know what's finna go down. So
cheese flavor in it.
Is so gritty.
What do we have? Muscle Mac.
Muscle Mac.
High protein mac and cheese.
I've never heard of this, never seen this. Surprisingly, it has pea protein isolate.
The grittiness makes sense because, you know, protein shakes.
There was really no flavor there. And unless you really, really love mac and cheese and wanted to get ripped, I don't have any reason why you would choose this as your option, but
I feel my muscles engorging already. Not bad, Muscle Mac.
Sabatino tartuffe, truffle, macaroni, and cheese.
This looks more like a gourmet kind of take.
Cacio e pepe. That's what this reminds me of.
Pretty impressive as far as presentation. I could smell the truffle in there. I see some
Specks, which also indicates that we have fresh black pepper involved in this. I love this shape because it's giving something outside of just your normal mac and cheese.
this is kind of a smart vessel for a good mac and cheese because the grooves are going to allow a lot more of the cheese sauce.
Have you guys ever heard of truffles? We're gonna have to do an episode talking about that. They are a really hot commodity in the kitchen, and I never really got into it too much. So, yes, but they're a really hot commodity, and they cost a lot of money.
Sauce to adhere to it.
The sauce is well coated on the pasta. It looks like something you might get in an actual restaurant.
Definitely mushroomy.
And you sat this bowl right in front of me. I would not think this is boxed mac and cheese.
I wouldn't call it mac and cheese myself, but I would definitely eat it. There's a lot of cheeses that will add and enhance flavor, but that can also stand up to the truffle, whereas I think with a boxed mac and cheese, flavor from the truffle really overpowers.
It's not Chef Boyardee. I know it is not, but it's good.
Sabatino tartuffe. I wish they would talk a little bit more about what's in the cheese blend, but they just say cheese blend. You would need to add some cheese yourself to this to make it really a mac and cheese. And even if it's just grating Parmesan on top or something like that, just to really like feel more cheesy.
It looks good. I'll tell you that much. But on the palate, it was missing some notes for sure.
This is my first time trying this, but I will be buying one today, if not taking this one home today.
Nature's Promise organic macaroni and cheddar cheese.
That beautiful neon yellow cheese-like color.
Traditional C-shaped noodle.
I'm not taking it to be that creamy just by the look of it.
The sauce sort of dissipates from the noodle. It's not really coating very well.
Look at the back of my spoon. Nothing. Kind of thick.
Cheese, where are you? Cheese, dairy, it's not in here.
It's a little bit too dry.
It needs salt.
Pasta's cooked very well, but that's all I taste. And
Woo! Okay, Nature's Promise. See, you know what? They sold me a lie. In this picture, it's sauce galore. In this bowl, it's very dry.
I think if they had doubled the amount of sauce per pasta ratio, then this would actually be a really tasty box of mac and cheese.
if you're looking to maybe, be health conscious, this might be the one for you. But come on, people, you're eating store-bought mac and cheese, looking for comfort, cheese, and fat. I don't feel comforted. I don't feel embraced with this one.
I want this mac and cheese, okay? Not this one. I want the one that's on the box. Thank you.
Cabot's seriously sharp shells and cheese.
And back to the shells.
Which again is a great thing because it gives you more cheese in every single bite.
I've never heard of this mac and cheese before. I've never heard of that. I've never seen that before.
Right?
Nice glossy sauce.
Very wet, like water-based almost. It actually smells creamy, like there's actual milk in this product.
Stick it to the spoon, always a good sign. The very first thing you get is cheese. It's sweet, which leans more toward a mild cheddar or a white cheddar.
Shell's really held up. It has like a nice bite to it.
A lot of great texture there. Each one of the shells has a nice amount of sauce in it.
No grittiness anywhere. It's kind of coating my tongue, which lets you know the fat's there, the starch is there, and it's comforting. A good sign when I go in for a second bite immediately.
So far, I'm actually digging all of the pasta with the white sauce because I know for a fact that it's not pumped with the additive of annatto for coloring. This is a more natural sense of the cheese.
This is very similar to the Annie's as far as flavor. Forgive me, Annie. I actually like this one a little bit more
I mean, a little zhuzhing with some black pepper and some, microplane parm on here would go a long way. But what I have in front of me, it's not bad.
I want to say it's Annie's mac and cheese is better this time, but
Oh, cabbage.
cabbage.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Good cheese company.
It makes a very great commercial cheddar. We use it in a lot of the restaurants for a lot of our sauces and stuff like that. I did not know that this product existed. Their cheese product tastes like cheese. This is the one that smelled like cheese. It tastes like cheese.
It looks and smells like what it is. That's a winner. I'd eat that again.
For a box mac and cheese, I would.
Hey, how you doing? We got caramel drip coming through. Thank you for making it. She said, this makes me sad and my stomach hurt. Okay. Are you lactose intolerant? Do you not like mac and cheese? What's making your stomach hurt? Tell us. She said, hey, y'all.
I go with them.
Goodles Cherry Mac.
I'm getting reminiscent vibes of the Cheetos mac and cheese with this one here.
Judging by this color, it is.
Ooh, have y'all ever heard of Goodles? I've never heard of Goodles, but yeah, it's looking like the Cheeto mac and cheese. Randy said the mac and cheese looks pitiful. Excuse me. Yeah, some of these brands I've never heard of before either. And one thing about mac and cheese is that it has to be cheesy. For me, I like my pasta, my mac and cheese to have sauce or cheese. I like both of them, really. Randy said, yuck. Caramel Drip agreed with me. She said, I haven't heard of Goodles. And honestly, the word Goodles does not sound appetizing and does not make me want to buy it.
Is definitely filled with the natto. It is quite creamy, I'll give you that. It coats this pasta very well.
The hole is not very big though, so we can't really count on much sauce getting inside the pasta.
On the nose, it's slightly earthy, almost like a vegetal aroma.
I smell butternut squash or sweet potato or something like that, but I don't want to commit to that until I think it's definitely a butternut squash mac and cheese.
Flavor is still lingering on the taste buds, which I like, which makes you want to dig back into it.
The pasta is very snappy, I'll give it that. But immediately at the forefront is sugar. I don't get any cheese at all.
It's a sweetness, it's a starchiness. I mean, it just tastes like butternut squash.
I can see the separation.
I mean, if there's a cheese, it's so disguised underneath, like a very pronounced flavor of what I think is butternut squash. But yeah, if there is, it goes away immediately.
Gives like this almost burnt flavor profile. I'm really curious to know who this is because I'm writing a letter to corporate that this is not okay.
Goodles Cherry Mac.
Okay, there's pumpkin and sweet potato in here. So I was right. Sweet potato, pumpkin, kale, sunflower seed, broccoli, cranberry, maitake mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, and then a cheddar cheese blend.
Well, that's where the whole vegetal quality was coming from.
What? Those are some pretty weird ingredients. Let me go play that part again. He said kale and cranberry. Did I hear that right? What are they talking about?
Cranberry, maitake mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, and then a cheddar cheese blend.
Well, that's where the whole vegetal.
What would make them put cranberry? Oh, it's vegan mac. Okay. Y'all, I was like, what? Now that it is vegan, that makes more sense. There, you have to, find a way to replace the flavor. But those are some crazy ingredients. You said cranberry, kale, shiitake mushrooms. Who would have thought to put all that together?
Vegetal quality was coming from. Dried maple syrup. That is an interesting sweetener for some mac and cheese. I'll tell you that much.
Although I think maybe that is the problem. It's a little too sweet because the sweet potato, the pumpkin, and maple syrup, it's just overpowering. I kind of wish you tasted all the stuff that's in here.
It's not giving mac and cheese. We're trying to pump so much health into what isn't necessarily healthy. Clean, simple ingredients goes a long way. It's a little bit too much for me.
Cracker Barrel macaroni and cheese sharp white cheddar.
It's like quite creamy.
Shiny, glossy.
I see those ridges peeking through.
So someone gave me this Cracker Barrel mac and cheese before, and it actually was good. It actually was good. But let's go see what the pro chefs got to say.
I like the noodle shape.
We have the C noodle with the large holes. As we break through the sauce, it adheres together.
It could be a little cheesier because it's not clinging as much as I'd like it to.
The sauce is really emulsified together nicely. It's not breaking. It's not splitting out at all.
Whoa. That's like a solid Mornay sauce. This sauce is super velvety. I really respect that. However,
Not getting much cheese.
It's kind of uncommon in some of these, so it doesn't really mean anything. So it's the first one that's actually, I feel like, is a little oversalted of the sauce, but then the pasta is not so salty. So it's like a bland pasta and very seasoned sauce.
The saving grace is the creaminess of it, where even though the cheese is not present, the consistency is giving me macaroni and cheese type vibes. Cracker Barrel, which is super surprising because Cracker Barrel is known for cheese.
I grew up eating Cracker Barrel. The cheese itself, I've never had the macaroni and cheese, so this makes me a little happy inside, but it still seems like there's a lot of additives incorporated. Feel like it could have been a lot cheesier, Cracker Barrel.
Kraft mac and cheese dinner with unicorn pasta shapes.
I was waiting for there to be some.
Now, this goes back to Trey Ferg. What Trey Ferg was saying is how he feels like they're purposely marketing some of these mac and cheeses to target people of color, to target children, and to keep us fat, allegedly. Now, this unicorn mac and cheese, I feel like they are definitely targeting children with this. And I will say that this looks so nasty. This looks very nasty. They're definitely targeting children and trying to keep us fat, and it is what it is. Randy said, I cooked Cracker Barrel mac and cheese and it was good. Yes. And anytime I do use one of these box mixes, I always add my own seasoning. Y'all know Foodiegang. If y'all been watching my channel, my content, I believe in seasonings. Those shapes look very weird. And this whole thing is just kind of weird. These unicorn. I never saw this before. I didn't know that they had macaroni and cheese unicorn shapes. Very weird. But let's go see what the pro chefs got to say about this mac and cheese and see if they liked it.
Shapes.
I was waiting for there to be some fun shapes.
I see stars. I think I see rainbows.
Stars and sailboats, maybe. I mean, these fun pasta shapes actually are really quite conducive for mac and cheese because there's a lot of holes within them. So there's nooks and crannies to get all the sauce into.
Straight sugar, guys. I mean, it only makes sense. You want your child addicted to these things.
So this tastes like it's in the family of the OG Kraft type of mac and cheeses. You immediately get that exact same sweetness followed by savoriness.
It's got great texture. It's velvety. It's smooth.
I just wish that the sauce was a little thicker. It's almost wasted on such a fun pasta shape because it is such a thin sauce. I'm just going to say Kraft mac and cheese with fun shapes, but we'll see.
Is it Kraft again?
Oh, you got me.
To start and to end on a high note, Kraft mac and cheese.
They knew it was Kraft mac and cheese. They knew it was Kraft. Oh, that pasta made me want to throw up my mouth. It just looks so nasty. Ooh, wee. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Whether you're watching me on Facebook or YouTube, hit the like button. Leave a comment down below and let me know what boxed macaroni and cheese you eat. Or you can let us know whether you do or don't eat boxed macaroni and cheese. As always, to support the show, it's going to be # Chefbigbank. on Cash App. And we got the sponsor of the show today. The sponsor of the show is going to be Blaze. Blaze, I don't know if I'll be saying your last name right. McCroy. With the $20, if you want to be the sponsor of the show, you're going to have to send more than $20. And let's get back into the video. I can see that we're almost to the end of it.
Cheese, of course.
Unicorn shaped Kraft mac and cheese. Or it's just, those sailboats were unicorns apparently. Honestly, the unicorn shape is better than the traditional noodle, just because it has more opportunities for the sauce to get into the pastas. I would love to taste this type of pasta shape with some of the other sauces that we've had, because I think that would be really fun.
For a child, they will love it.
Let's see which products our chefs like the most and the least.
After today, I can say I'm macaroni and cheese out.
My favorite of them all is Cabot. It's just velvety, tastes good, no additives. It's like real cheese, real milk, all of these things that really make a good mac and cheese.
I'm surprised she picked that one. I really am, because that one did not look that good to me. Although I have never tried that mac and cheese before, it did not look that good to me. But this is their opinion.
That Cabot cheddar is quite delicious. I think that was by far the most true cheesy flavored one.
I'm definitely going with that Italian one, the truffle mac and cheese. Delicious. Cheetos, I didn't know you exist. Now I do. I'm getting you.
For whatever reason, Cheetos, man, I don't know. Even though the color was a little scary, the flavor was a lot of fun. It was very tasty.
Nope. See now, back to what Trey was saying, where he feels like Cheetos sponsored this video. For them to pick Cheetos as the winner, that is a lie. That's a lie. There's no way that you tasted all those mac and cheeses and you're saying Cheetos makes the best macaroni and cheese? Man, get out of here. No, they don't make the best mac and cheese, but they do pay the best. Because ain't no way you picked Cheetos mac and cheese. There's no way. With the type of taste buds that you should have, how did you come to this conclusion? And because you said that, and you do feel that way, I now question your whole culinary journey and whether you can cook or not. I now question it. See, Randy agreed with me. Randy said they lying. Yeah, Randy, I agree with you. They are a freak. They are lying. There is no way that Cheetos mac and cheese is best tasting one. I think they tried about 20 or 10 different brands, 10 to 15 different brands, and they're really going to come back with Cheetos mac and cheese is the best tasting one. This whole competition is over. It's rigged, and y'all ain't no good. And this is exactly why I said, Foodiegang, you cannot trust everyone with a white coat on. You can go on Amazon right now, order a white coat and say you're a chef. Anybody can wear a white coat. It takes more than that. It takes more than that. Randy said that mac and cheese turn your teeth orange and yellow. Look at the color. Does that even look like mac and cheese to y'all? It's orange. Okay, I'm going to slide this back a little bit. I'm going to slide this back a little bit, and I'm going to make sure that I heard it right and that they said that Cheetos was the best. Look at it. I just want y'all to know that's what they said was the best one. Come on now. Randy said that's right. No good. Yeah, anybody can go to Amazon, order a white coat, and become a chef. That does not mean that you got the credentials or the knowledge to go along with it. They said that this, I am so outraged about this. I'm so mad. They really set up here and lie. Oh my. Let's just watch it again and see if I heard it right.
It's quite delicious. I think that was by far the most true cheesy flavored one.
I'm definitely going with that Italian one, the truffle mac and cheese. Delicious. Cheetos, I didn't know you exist. Now I do. I'm getting you.
For whatever reason, Cheetos, man, I don't know. Even though the color was a little scary, the flavor was a lot of fun. It was very tasty.
Let me tell you something about these Cheetos mac and cheese because no. Okay.
I didn't care for the 365, the Trader Joe's.
Yep. Foodiegang. We have just learned that this commercial and this blind taste test was sponsored by Cheetos. Okay, because there's no way. Randy said a bag of potato chips bag. They are literally saying that Cheetos, which is a potato chip, is the best macaroni and cheese. That's exactly why I say this, Foodie. That's exactly why I say hit the like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel. 907 Good Deeds. Because one thing I can say is y'all know I'm going to keep it real with y'all. If there's something that, how I said, don't buy this, don't buy that, buy this, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I'm going to keep it real with y'all, and I'm not finna get up here and be lying for a check. Not saying that they did. This is all alleged. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. If something is nasty, I'm going to say it's nasty. Every recipe that I share with you guys is tested out. And if it's not tested out by me, I will say that. But I'm not going to sit up here and be telling y'all to buy something that you should not buy. Because that's not right. But everybody ain't like Chefbigbank. And that's why I said I'm your favorite chef, whether you know it or not. Okay, y'all. I'm done. I ain't gonna say no more about it. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna let it go. We're gonna move on.
Medaya, you can keep that. And the one with the chickpea flour.
The chickpea pasta was just too overpowering in flavor. I think that didn't quite hit for me as well. I hate to say this because I generally do love Annie's, but the Annie's one was a little bit disappointing.
If you're doing boxed mac and cheese, don't skip cheese, don't skip dairy. I'm going all in because I want to be satiated and I want to be comforted. Because macaroni and cheese is comfort. If it isn't, I don't want it.
They really came up here. Yes. And then this YouTube channel on YouTube is a great channel. Make sure y'all subscribe to it. They host the blind taste test that we've seen with the mac and cheese and with the tomato sauce. But there y'all have it. Let me see if I can slide this back. And they said that this was the best macaroni and cheese.
Tastes good, no additives. It's like real cheese, real milk, all of these things that really make a good mac and cheese.
That Cabot cheddar was quite delicious. I think that was by far the most true cheesy flavored one.
I'm definitely going with that Italian one, the truffle mac and cheese. Delicious. Cheetos,
They said that this was the best mac and cheese. Randy said, you keep it real. I sure do. And I'm telling you right now, Foodiegang, y'all better not have this in your cabinets. You better not have this in your cabinets, in your pantry, or in your kitchen. Telling y'all right now, look, I ate it for y'all so that y'all don't have to. They said that this was the best one. I'm really outraged about this. Okay. All right, Foodie Gang. I'm about to calm down. Do not buy this if y'all see this in the store. Walk right on by it and be like, hey, Chefbigbank told us not to get this one. Okay, yes, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, join the Facebook group, follow my page on Facebook. You can keep the stove on, hit the Cash App and money sign Chefbigbank. And we already have today's sponsor of the show, which is going to be Blaze. It's going to be the sponsor of today's show with the $20. And if you want to become the sponsor of the show, you got to send more than $20. All right, Foodie Gang. So there we have it. That's the best macaroni and cheese according to the chefs. And that's why I said, don't be believing everybody who says they're a chef. It's an easy, quick way to get you messed up. Don't be believing everybody. All right. So yes, don't be believing everybody who says they're a chef. Just right off the bat, do your research. Oh, we got Trey Fur coming back to the stage. Let me go ahead and move some things around. What's up, Trey? You back? Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now I'm in
Trey,
Costco. Yeah, I had to take care of some business at the store. Now I'm in Costco, walking around here. So.
And you be going to the store? You doing some errands today?
Yeah, I move around. Around. All right, how long you gonna be on?
You know what? I think I'm kind of wrapping this up. Maybe about another 20 minutes, kind of wrapping this up. Unless somebody comes up and has a great story about pasta. Cromwell Drip said he is getting tomatoes for his pasta sauce. That is true. He could be at the store getting his pasta ingredients for the National Foodiegang Pasta Contest. Look, might have to drop you out, Trey. Look. Okay, so if y'all been watching 907 Good Eats, y'all know that Randy loves some pasta. Okay, I dropped Trey out and I have him down here and I'm looking. Oh, wait, he started moving again. Let me bring him back up. Trey, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Randy said, get some shrimp.
You know, they sell bags of, they sell big bags of shrimp. The shrimp be about that long for like $21.99. I got a bag last time I was here, as a matter of fact.
Yes, and y'all, Costco is a great way to buy in bulk, save a couple of dollars, and all that. So, Trey, do you cook?
Yeah, I cook. When I need to. For the most part, my wife do all the cooking. I just go get the food and she cook it. And I like breakfast, so I cook myself big breakfasts sometimes, like on weekends. But other than that, I ain't even got to touch the kitchen if I don't want to.
No, but that sounds like the perfect setup. You do the grocery shopping, she cooks the food, everybody knows their place.
Yeah, it's a team effort.
Grab some extra cilantro. Do you like cilantro, Trey?
Yeah, I like it on certain foods. I eat it on certain foods, not on everything. It goes good on certain things, so I'm all for that.
You know, I've heard some people say that cilantro tastes like soap to them, and so that they don't like it. Ooh, Randy has a good question. She said, "Who's better, Sam's Club, BJ's, or Costco?" Well, my answer is we don't have BJ's. I've never been there. I feel like Sam's Club is better, and we used to have Sam's Club and Costco, but now we just have Costco. But I miss Sam's Club.
Now you know Costco is better.
Caramel Drip said BJ's. What is BJ's? You ever been there, Trey?
I never heard of it till just now. So
Me neither. I never heard of BJ's either. But okay, so which one's better in your opinion, Sam's Club or Costco?
Costco. I don't know if Samsung does. I mean, what is that? Sam Club does the same thing, but Costco. The more I shop, when it's time for me to renew, because I got the executive uh, shopping thing, the executive. So, but when it's time for me to renew it, if as I add up, I can add up $100 and pay like $50 to renew it, $40. Just depends on how much shopping I do, and I come here at least once to twice a month.
Oh, Trey, you got the executive membership. You ain't playing. Caramel Drip said BJ's and Trader Joe's. So when I used to live in Oregon, we had Trader Joe's, and Trader Joe's was really, really popular. Yeah, Trader Joe's was really popular, and they had all the healthy stuff. Ooh, you know what Trader Joe's did have is they had wine, and I believe they made their own wine. Okay, so Caramel Drip said Google BJ's real quick. So I did, Foodiegang. And it's a wholesale club, low prices from leading brands. I've heard of B&J Sporting Goods. Like, I've heard that before. Wow. See, you learn something new every day over here at 907 Goodies, 907 Goodies Foodiegang. We always learn something new. Randy said, no, Sam's Club don't do that. They are trifling. You know what's so funny? So if y'all been on YouTube for a while, you've heard Randy's voice. So I feel like when she types a quote, or like when she types in the chat and I'm reading it, I'm like hearing it in her voice, and it's so funny. Yeah, Sam's Club doesn't do that. And the Costco membership is a little bit more flexible, and they have different memberships. Costco is just like, I mean, Sam's Club is kind of just like, this is the membership, and that you want it or you don't. But when I was younger, we used to shop at Sam's Club a lot. We never really shopped at Costco. I don't know how the Costco is in y'all area, but one thing I will say is the parking lot for Costco's is a zoo. There are people walking everywhere, cars going everywhere. And like anytime I gotta go to Costco's, I always think about the parking lot and how wild and crazy it is.
907. The only thing I think about is how fast can I find me a handicapped parking space. That's the only thing I think about.
Oh, you got that VIP parking?
Yeah, I got that VIP. Hey, listen,
I got
I'm a
that
disabled
VIP
veteran,
parking.
so yeah, disabled veteran. I get all that. I want all the benefits.
Look, you know what, Trey? When I get like you, I want all my discounts. I want all my benefits. You know, everything y'all gonna give me, I want it. I want the
Yeah, get
VIP
it.
parking.
Mhm. I want to be in the front row every time. Put me up front.
Yeah. Karma Drake said I ordered from BJ's. They're not in my area, but online hooked a sister up. Laugh out loud. You know what? We talked about it before. It's a DoorDash and the Uber Eats. It's like everything is kind of on the go now. So now you can order your groceries. You know what I was just thinking about? We have never talked about Instacart or online food ordering. We might have to talk about that Foodiegang about Instacart and online food ordering because now you can order from a restaurant, you can order from a grocery store. Everything is very accessible and easier for us. Randy said the Costco parking is crazy here. Yeah, the Costco parking lot is. I know there's been some fights at Costco before or some. Randy said she wanted an AARP card. She said she wanted all the benefits too. She wanted the VIP parking, the AARP card, everything.
Yeah. Tell her
And Randy,
she got some
y'all
years
know
to go.
Randy. She gonna be a sweet, mean old lady.
A sweet, mean old lady. What is a
And with
sweet,
that
mean
being,
old lady?
is she nice to you till you say something wrong? And after that, it is what it is. You shouldn't have crossed her. But Trey, what's for dinner today? You're on mute, Trey. And I just want to say,
Oh,
Foodiegang, we have somebody calling in from Costco's right now, grocery shopping.
yeah. I'm gonna have some chicken, my favorite, and she's gonna have what's she gonna have? The sushi. Yeah, my wife will have the sushi.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. And I told y'all what I'm having for dinner. I'm making some Cajun pasta. I'm making the sauce from scratch. I will have photos, videos to share. Randy said, everyone tells me that 907, a nice, sweet, mean old lady. No, because it's true. Randy cool with you if you nice and kind to her, nice and kind to other people. She's not cool with people who mean to other people. And so if you on the good side, you on the good side. If you on the bad side, you on the bad side. Karma Drip said, we had an early dinner of burgers and fries. I'm so full. Randy said, show us the cakes and cheesecakes, Trey. Look at Trey. He on his husband duty. Oh, he was just in the bakery too. Oh, snap. One thing I will say is I do like Costco's bakery. Their bakery they got it going on with the muffins, the croissants, the bagels. I do like their bakery. Are you putting shrimp in your pasta? You know what's funny? I was just thinking about that when I was telling y'all about how I had Cajun pasta and I was going to put the chicken and the beef. I do have shrimp. So I might add some shrimp in there and I might not. I don't know yet, Randy. Rain said that's facts 907, referring to us like in Costco's bakery. No burgers, only fried. Y'all know Randy don't do red meat. Better get it a shrimp or you better get up out of here. Karma Drip says, somebody hurry up and give Rain some shrimp. Yes. Look, if you're going to get Randy a birthday gift, make it shrimp. If you're going to get her a Christmas gift, give her shrimp. Mother's Day gift, give her shrimp. Whatever holiday it is, it needs to be shrimp that you give her. All right, Trey. Trey's on the move. He said, I got to get going today. Yes. And what about you, Hassan? It is what it is TV. Make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to that channel on YouTube. Hit the like button, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow my page. Join my group. Ooh, what type of meat is that? Is that crab?
These are whole
Oh,
crabs
that's
right here.
crab.
These are the shrimps.
Look, Randy.
These are the lobster tails. These are the mussels. Clams. These are clams. These are the mussels. See these shrimp right here? Look, they $18.21.
How much are they?
$18.21. They like 3 pounds of shrimp for like $18. So if you know how to cook, you know what I'm saying, you can fancy it up, put it with some little pasta, invite her over, tell her to take her panties off at the door, and you ain't good. She gonna do all that shit. But it's just an old school trick.
Yes, you know what, Trey? I like how every plan you got, there's a woman at the end of it.
Yeah, should be.
He said, I'm not doing nothing. He said, a woman got to be involved in every plan I got.
Why not?
You ain't
Shit.
like these brothers out here on YouTube where they anti-woman.
I mean, those are guys who never really been in a position to get the woman that they wanted. And some guys just can't accept rejection. You have to listen, you're not even, I mean, you're going to get it rejected. That's the fun of it. That's how you sharpen your skills. You know, but
Randy said, wow, those shrimp are so big.
yeah, they big for
I'm trying to be scared
under
of that, Randy.
It's not even $20. So, you know, like I said,
Yeah,
that's
I don't
enough.
know. I don't know. Have you guys ever had Alaska king crab? Do they have that in your Costco's in your states? Do they have
They have
Alaska
it at
king?
certain times. Certain times, like in Alaska, y'all probably get that shit all year round. But in some places, they have it certain times of the year.
Oh, okay. So what I was gonna say is that I don't know what happened, but the price of Alaska king crab went like the box I think used to be like $200, and then it just skyrocketed and got really, really expensive. And so I haven't had Alaska king crab in so long. But let me tell y'all, if you're gonna be eating crab legs, you need to be eating Alaska king crab. The crab is so worth it and so good. And just talking about it now, I want some. So we're gonna have to move on to the next subject. Because I just got sad. Y'all go ahead and hit the cash app, money sign Chefbigbank, so I can give me some Alaska king crab legs. Go ahead and hit the like button. Okay, so when the crab legs got expensive, we tried to eat snow crab. Have you guys ever heard of that? And let me tell you, that snow crab, I think it's called snow crab, was definitely not the same as the king crab legs. Trey, what you eating now?
You know, Costco got those little snack-a-lacks along the way.
Oh, the little taste testers. Ooh,
Yeah.
okay. That is one thing I do like about Costco's and Sam's Clubs. It's the taste testers. Because it's just enough to like hold you over and to give you enough energy until you get, to your next mission. Ooh, yes. You know what, Trey? You have inspired me. We got to do an episode about Costco's.
Hey,
We got to do
I'm
an
all with it.
episode about Costco Foodiegang because everybody
I'm
know
with it.
Costco's. And then I want to know if there's any backstories, if there's any lawsuits. We got to do an episode about Costco. Yes, that's Trey Ferg, the player coach. He also has a YouTube channel. So y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to his YouTube channel. Get this knowledge that he be giving out. And make sure, yes, y'all tune in to Trey Ferg. And if somebody could put his link in the chat.
I'll probably go live tonight after the basketball game. That'd be my problem. Yeah.
Look, see, this is when we said the sweet mean old lady. This is the mean part. These lame women hating dudes on YouTube need to go marry a blow up doll, and 907 will cater the wedding reception. Nah, Randy, don't be trying to put me up in no mess. Don't be
She
trying
said,
to put me up in no mess.
she said for you to marry, for you to cater that reception.
Yeah, don't be trying to put 907 up into no mess. Look, I'm cool with everybody. Look, I ain't got nothing to do with it. But you guys, that was all for today's show as how to make pasta sauce from scratch. Tonight, which will be early morning, I'm going to have an interview and talking about African grilled foods. And I have someone from Africa that I'm going to be interviewing, specifically located in Nigeria. So y'all tune in for that. And then Saturday, I have an interview when talking to my sister about weight loss surgery. You guys have, I'm pretty sure you've heard about it. The weight loss surgery, the weight loss shot. So I'm going to have her up here and we're going to really do a deep dive and we're going to talk about weight loss surgery. There is the link for Trey Ferg's YouTube channel. Make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to it. And then, Trey, do you have any final thoughts before we get up out of here?
Now, again, I appreciate the fact that you bring light to not just one particular thing in the food industry, but you sort of tap into the good, the bad, and the ugly about it. So I think that's a great wealth of knowledge people should be taking advantage of and applying it to their own life. Save some money, eat healthier, and hey, so all we can do is get better. These things that's why I joined, because just the fact that you're willing to provide that knowledge when we need it out here. We need $10,000 more to live off the same way we were living 5 years ago. So save that money, folks. Listen to 907. And thank you, 907. For real. Appreciate you. I'll probably go live after the basketball game tonight. Yeah, I'll go live after the basketball game tonight. As soon as I get my YouTube to act right. That'd be the biggest problem I have. I'll spend an hour trying to get that shit together.
You know what? Thank you, Trey. And you're absolutely right. The good, bad, and ugly. because there are great things about food and there are also things that are not so great. And it's important that we stay up to date on what is going on. And we need to really pay attention to what we're putting in our bodies. And we need to think about where it comes from. Where is it sourced from? So, that's what I do here on 907 Good Eats is we study food. Thank you so much, Trey. I'm going to go ahead and drop you up out of here. All right. All right, Foodie Gang. There we have it. How to make pasta sauce from scratch. And like I said, the National Foodiegang Pasta Competition is underway right now. The sponsor of the show for today is going to be Blaze with the $20. You can send stars to support me on Facebook and hit the Cash App at # Chefbigbank. Follow me on all my social media platforms listed down below. I also make children's content, so subscribe to Ava's Playtime on YouTube. And after this video airs, please come back on the video and leave a comment. Leave a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what your favorite pasta is. And join the group on Facebook, Chefbigbank Foodiegang fan page, and shop the Foodiegang store. And Foodiegang, I want to thank you so much to everyone that stopped by the show today. I want to thank you to everyone that stopped by the show today, everyone that left a comment, engaged. Thank you guys so much. Please leave a comment on the video after it airs. And I will see you guys next time, next live. And submit your pasta entries to the pasta contest. Randy said spicy shrimp pasta. Now that does sound good. I'm going to hit y'all with the outro videos. And like I said before, there is no sound, just so that we can make sure that we do not violate Facebook's terms and conditions. Now, normally when I only stream to YouTube, I do play music and beats on my live show. So if you also want to check out the full live show and every single episode, head to my YouTube channel, 907 Good Eats. Randy also said, thanks for watching. Yes, I always have so much fun when I come up here and do a live stream. I always have so much fun. So thank y'all for tuning in and engaging. Y'all have a good rest of your day. Stay positive, eat good food, and I'll see y'all next time. All right, here we go. Peace, Foodie Gang.